Good afternoon. We're back with some more Lord of the Rings LCG. And today is the Watcher in the Water on Nightmare Mode. This adds significant difficulty, Nightmare Mode, to the Watcher in the Water because instead of having the option of doing the Doors of Durin or defeating the Watcher in combat, you have to do both. And depending on your deck, this adds a significant element of luck because Doors of Durin has a lot of luck involved in completing it if you don't have a way to look at the top card of the encounter deck. And this encounter deck, the Nightmare Mode, even has some ways to punish or deter you from looking at the top card of the encounter deck. So it does add difficulty for sure. To start, I just get a tentacle in the staging area. And no Steward of Gondor, which is a bit of a slow start. Gonna try to find it here with Heed the Dream. And I succeed, so that's good. And I'll be able to use Wealth of Gondor on Hirluin now. And gaining strength as well. And I can get out Ethir Swordsman, Envoy of Pelargir, and Knight of the Swan if I realize it. I think I was thinking about Errand-rider initially, but now I'm debating whether I want to do that or Envoy of Pelargir. I guess I'd decide on the Errand-rider. If I had gone with Envoy of Pelargir, then I could have gotten Hunter of Lamedon instead of the second Errand-rider. I don't know if that's going to make much difference. So, this is yet another instance of relatively slow playing until the deck is set up. And it's one of the new Nightmare Tentacles. It's just going to sit there, but it does contribute 4 threat against. And it's going to deal 1 damage to Hirluin. Don't have any retaliation ability yet. And I can get everything out. That's typically going to be the case once you get Steward of Gondor out. You can play everything you need to most of the time. So I'm just going to be questing to avoid threat, not to move on yet. I want to get the deck set up before I move on. And it's a card I have to attach to a hero. It will kill the hero at the end of the round unless I exhaust another hero. So if that comes out when you've used all your heroes for questing, it can be a big problem. And now I'm going to attack back. I go ahead and use my combat action to get rid of the Wrapped. And I'm going to attack the Grasping Tentacle. When you attack it, you have to discard the top card of the encounter deck, and if it has a shadow effect or is a tentacle card, then it attaches itself to one of your allies. That's why I'm attacking with the Errand-rider here. My plan is for the card to attach itself to the Errand-rider if I need to, which I do, because its stats are already 0/0/0, so I don't care if he gets wrapped up. Poor Errand-rider. Heed the Dream will fetch Warrior of Lossarnach. So, we're getting set up. 1 more Knight of the Swan and I'd probably be ready to move on. It's possible I could even do it now, but just taking a look if I had a Men of the West target or not, and I do not. I should not use Hirluin here for questing in case a Wrapped comes, but I guess I didn't think of it. Could have just lost there if Rapt came. And that was just kind of lazy play. Once again, I'm going to attack with a group including an Errand-rider who's going to take the tentacle if necessary. And once again, it is necessary. So both the Errand-riders are tentacled. The board is relatively clear except for that high threat tentacle. Don't mind just leaving him there. Willpower's not an issue for the Outlands deck. And I'm going to go ahead and use Men of the West to get back the one Outlands ally I've lost so far. And he finds me Forlong, but without the ability to play him, even if I didn't already have one on the board. I was hoping for a 2-cost one, but oh well. So I'm going to go ahead and move on here to discard some resources. And that will bring the Watcher and Doors of Durin into play. And you've got to clear Doors of Durin before... So I'm going to attempt the Doors of Durin here with an A, a D, and an F card. And I fail. It's a C card. You need to match the first letter of a card that you discard from hand with the first letter of the top card of the encounter deck to succeed at Doors of Durin. So I'm likely going to not play everyone I could from hand. Normally I would play Wealth of Gondor, the Ethir Swordsman, and the Hunter of Lamedon. Now I may hold back some of those cards in order to sacrifice them to try to do Doors of Durin. Yep, I'm going to sacrifice 2 cards I would have normally played, and I fail again. You can do it once per round. So I need to make 5 progress here. The Watcher is going to deal 3 damage each round that he's in at the end of the combat phase. And I'm not sure if I remembered that last round or not, but I have lots of guys that can take 3 damage. The Errand-riders, Forlong can take 3 damage and live. Hirluin can. Envoy of Pelargir. And once another Anfalas Herdsman comes, then I can take that damage with everyone. So you really don't want that guy to be attacking undefended. He'll kill somebody. So it's kind of a big moment in terms of luck of the draws here. And I do get lucky. It's not a shadow card, it's not a tentacle, so his effect doesn't trigger, which is to make the attack undefended. And then I can go ahead and take him out pretty easily. There's another Warrior of Lossarnach. I'm legitimately thinking about whether I want to play him or not, or whether I want him to throw away to try Doors of Durin. And I decide I'm going to throw him away, all 4 cards. And once again, it is a failure. I think I forgot the Watcher's damage again. That may be 2 turns, so the Errand-riders should probably both be dead. Or Hirluin could have 4 hit points on him, or Forlong could have 5. Well, he'd be dead if he had 5. Probably the Errand-riders would both be dead, though. I don't know if eventually I remember that I should be dealing 3 damage or not. Gonna play the Knight of the Swan, and then I'm gonna discard everyone else. Oh, just 2. And once again, failed. Just gonna leave that there. Even if I could travel to it, I wouldn't want to. Thrashing Tentacle is gonna be attacking somebody, but I won't be attacking back. It's no problem. So now I remember that I should have been dealing damage with the Watcher. And I discard the Errand-riders, and I should deal 3 damage this round as well, I think. Which would be to Hirluin or an Envoy of Pelargir. So in this case, this is one of my last opportunities to complete Doors of Durin. And I've discarded Steward of Gondor and Deep Knowledge. And the card is an S, a Striking Tentacle. And so I've succeeded at Doors of Durin on really the last opportunity, or maybe the second to last. There's 2 cards left in the deck. But it is a success, and now I can engage the Watcher. I should have probably a dead Envoy of Pelargir or 4 wounds on Hirluin, because I forgot the Watcher 1 turn. But no problem, this turn I'm going to be engaging him. Just questing not to take on threat. Striking Tentacle is going to be engaged. Not going to move to Hidden Depths. And we're going to engage the Watcher. So the Watcher is going to kill somebody. I think I've remembered that I should have discarded Envoy of Pelargir to the Watcher. So now we should be square in terms of the Watcher's damage. And the Watcher can attack one of the Outlands guys. He's going to die, but no problem. I should have the combat damage to take out the Watcher this round. Rip Hunter of Lamedon. And we'll have 2 attacks from Thrashing Tentacles. 1 from Thrashing, 1 from Striking. The Striking one could be undefended. That can be a problem. That attack, actually, the Striking should have gone first, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I've got to discard a card and see if it's going to be undefended, and it is going to be undefended, which is going to kill one of my heroes. Well, Hirluin could survive if I put the damage on him, but I decide... Well, the attack goes for +3, actually, so Hirluin would not have survived. And Erestor dies. And now I can deal some damage back, so that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 if I use the last Knight of the Swan. I don't know why I wouldn't. Unless I just don't notice it. So that's going to be 15 damage. Oh, wait. Sorry, I miscalculated. They're all attacking for 4. So it's actually going to be more than that. Let's back up and check. Okay, so we've got 4, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Minus 7 shields is going to be 21 damage, so that will be enough to take out the Watcher and end the game. So this came down to basically the final round or the final round or 2 to complete Doors of Durin. I did get lucky enough to complete it, and so I won. If I hadn't gotten lucky enough to complete it, I would have lost. You can reduce the luck involved by including scrying, or scrying refers to methods of looking at the encounter deck. I don't have any of those in this deck, but if I'd been inclined to include them, that would decrease the difficulty of Doors of Durin. But still, you just may not have a card in hand that matches what you need. in order to complete Doors of Durin, so there can be a lot of luck involved. I liked the original design in normal mode where you didn't have to do Doors of Durin. You could also do the Watcher. Not sure I necessarily like the design where you have to do both. I understand it, but I'm not sure I necessarily like it because of the luck involved in Doors of Durin. But that's the way it's designed, and in the end, it is a victory. So, thanks for watching.